Welcome to Chapter 1, and hopefully you've done the reading at this point, and this is just meant to supplement the reading just a little bit here. But there's some interesting information in this chapter, and the purpose of this chapter really was to convince you why this class is such a good class, and it is a good class. But it starts out somewhere in the chapter talking, at the beginning of the chapter, talking about Robert Reich's 4 essential skills, and these are very, very important skills, and it is indeed what it takes to succeed in today's job market. And those skills are abstract reasoning skills, systems thinking skills, collaboration skills, and experimentation skills. Now, this isn't just an academic theory. This is what business professionals are actually looking for today. So we'll go ahead and be talking about these skills as we continue on with the discussion of this chapter. Well, if you've read the chapter, you no doubt have realized that the author of the textbook thinks that this is the most important class that you'll ever take in business school. And since I teach other classes at LCSC, I'm not sure I'm going to totally agree with him, but I will agree that this is a very, very, very important class, especially when you think about the 4 essential skills that we're going to develop through this semester in this class, and also when you consider the pace that technology has changing in the world today. This is indeed a very, very important class. Well, obviously, we're talking about why Introduction to MIS is one of the most important classes in business school, and it really does have to do with Moore's Law. And you read about this in your text, hopefully. It just says that basically computer processing power doubles every 18 months. And that really has proven to be true, not only for processing power, but also for storage. And Gordon Moore was a co-founder of Intel, and he made that statement in 1965. But people remember the quotes that people make that are very, very true, and also the quotes that are very, very wrong. And not every quote made by computer pioneers is proven to be absolutely true. For example, Bill Gates, founder of Microsoft, once said that 1 megabyte of RAM would be more than anyone would ever need for a personal computer. Well, that one really hasn't proven to be true. But as I said, this is a very, very important class because technology is changing very, very quickly, and this class will give you a good introduction to understand how information systems work. Remember, we've been talking about Moore's Law that has told us how quickly computer processing power and storage changes. And this is just a personal note. Many of you are familiar with what a mainframe computer is. And back in the early 80s, way before most of you were born, I used to be a mainframe repairman. I used to work on the Sperry Univac 1180 that you see here pictured on this slide. And the only reason I really bring this up is back then they had 100 megabyte hard drives, and those were costing hundreds of thousands of dollars. Today, 100 megabyte hard drive is absolutely nothing. The textbook brought up several examples of companies that you would probably be familiar with, such as YouTube and Facebook and Pinterest and others. And these companies didn't exist a few years ago. And not only are we talking about companies like this, but we're talking about the way we do business and even the way we do education. The fact that you're taking this class online did not exist 20 years ago. It wasn't possible. But Moore's Law has made online education, as well as companies like Amazon and eBay possible. And the world is going to continue to change. The companies that you see today might not exist in 10, 15 years, or even 5 years. They might be replaced with something else. That's the pace of change that we're dealing with in the MIS world. Most of you are just in the process of beginning your career when you graduate here, and some of you are starting new careers. I realize that, especially those of you who are taking these classes online might already have a career. But as all of you know, when the economy is good, everyone that graduates with a degree pretty much gets a job. But when things are slow, as they have been for the last several years and probably will continue to be, employers are looking for candidates that are a step above the rest. And one of the ways that you can be above the rest of the candidates is to emphasize those non-routine cognitive skills that we've been talking about. And we'll talk about those a bit more in detail. But that is really how you can attain job security as well as obtain a job to begin with. We've been talking about the 4 non-routine cognitive skills, and the next few slides, as well as the portion of the textbook, talks about those specific skills and how this book and this class will actually help you to develop those skills. And so we'll just go ahead and let you look at the next couple of slides and get an idea of how that's going to help you develop those non-routine skills. All right, we've introduced you to why Introduction to Management Information Systems is so important. But let's talk now about learning objective number 2, and that is, what is an information system? Well, an information system is made up of 5 components: hardware, software, data, procedures, and people. Now, it isn't enough just to have hardware and software. You also, of course, have to have data, and you have to have the procedures so that the people know how to operate and use the data and the systems, and of course, you need the people to operate it. But that is what makes up an information system. Now remember, this is just our introductory chapter. We'll develop these topics more in detail as we go. But we've briefly introduced what is an information system, and now we're talking about what is management information systems. And management information systems is putting the information system to work to achieve the business's goals and objectives. It's also important that you're able to differentiate between information technology and information systems. Information technology is primarily the hardware, the software, the data. But remember, an information system also had procedures and people. So it's only when, as I said before, when you put all of those together do you come up with an information system. If the importance of information security isn't apparent to you, it surely should be. Just read the news, listen to the news about hackings and all kinds of other things going on, breaches of security, and you'll see that it is a huge problem. And if you breach security, that's not only going to have consequences for you personally, but if you do it at work, that is not going to benefit your employer very much, and you may end up losing your job for simply giving away your password. And so the next couple slides talk about some rules and some procedures for information security. But remember, it is very, very important, and the weakest link is the user. So you, in some cases, might be the weakest link for information security.